right, let's do this. I mean, I'm very much the sort of style who's like, we just chat, just see where the conversation goes, but I definitely have some notes here as well.
Okay, perfectly.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I think just to kick it off, I have to talk about, I guess, your involvement with Beyond Deviation, or at least your,
Yeah.
with the 400 track. How was that like, that experience and all that stuff?
Uh, it was a very fun experience. The vocalist, I think his name was Fred,
Mm,
when I remember right. Such a nice guy. He contacted me and sent me everything. It was because I've done a couple of guest parts now in
yeah.
the last couple of years, and it was one of the best for me because I don't need to worry about anything. They sent me anything, dude, and it was such a nice conversation that makes
Mm.
everything a lot more easier. And then at the end, I mean, everyone got like 10 to 15 seconds, and that was
Yeah.
just fun.
Yeah, no, definitely. Because I was always worried, like when I heard about the track happening, that it's like, how do you sort of dose out like sections to each vocalist? And especially like for a vocalist as yourself, like how do you go about like expressing yourself in the limited amount of space that you have?
They sent us the lyrics and
Mm.
they sent us the time frame, so it was we could do whatever we want, whatever technique I wanted to use. So it was pretty fun, and then especially when you see all the other amazing guest parts on this record, it motivates yourself to perform
Oh yeah, of
even
course.
better though. Yeah, man. It was a very fun thing, and I've just seen it. I think a couple of days ago that they now play 666 guest parts on one song.
Oh my god, that's insane.
Yeah, it's insane, dude.
How they? I think logistically that sounds like a nightmare.
Mm.
Yeah,
I mean, it's hard. I think the idea is pretty fun, but and the track itself is dope as fuck. But at the end, I think for an average listener, it's kind of annoying or maybe disturbing to have like every 10 seconds another vocalist.
yeah,
It's confusing,
yeah,
but
yeah.
the idea is pretty sick.
I mean, like, I definitely thought, I definitely felt for like the editor because like trying to
Yeah,
get all those vocalists to be very coherent with each other, and also the mixing engineer, like trying to keep it all sounding very consistent.
dude, I think it was one man band actually. I think it was one guy, the vocalist himself, who did the editing and even the mixing and mastering, if I'm not wrong.
Oh,
But
that's
at least he did
ridiculous.
the editing. Yeah, it's absolutely ridiculous, dude.
God damn it. No, but they somehow pulled off, and I think yeah, they got the world record as well.
They did, dude. But
Unbelievable.
I'm stoked if this gets like an official Guinness World Record entry or if it's just an unofficial record.
Yeah,
I'm not sure, but at least I think they broke any record at least.
of course, of course. No, it was insane. No, okay, so definitely like I want to get into like the meat and potatoes of this, and that's of course a hill to die upon. And I
Hell
definitely
yeah.
to start with is like the progression, at least from all your albums coming up to this one. Where
Yeah, man.
I guess wondering was like what was the thought process going into this album, like after like all the other stuff you've had previously.
Yeah, A Hill to Die Upon was from from day one. It was a complete different build up. We planned everything in different way. We had other band members joining the band,
Yeah,
um, especially Navel and Danny. Navel is our new guitarist, our second guitarist and songwriter, and
yeah,
Danny is our new drummer. So a big shout out to these big guys at the moment.
yeah,
And dude, it was just insane because Navel has this black metal passion. He always plays like fast guitars and stuff.
yeah, of
Marvin's
course.
more like the technical guy playing all the solos
Mm-hmm.
and all that shit. So there was a whole new vibe in it, and
Yeah,
it pretty much very early at the very early stage of like writing and recording, we felt that like this black end thing is now evolving more and more
yeah,
and growing in the whole process.
of course, of
And it
course.
was just what we felt at this moment because I don't need to tell you how fucked up 2020 was, but
Yeah, yeah,
especially for Marvin, my lead guitarist and
yeah,
songwriter, and Navel, they had like a very fucked up privately year as well. They both broke up with their ex-girlfriends and all
Wow.
that shit.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I can imagine.
yeah, they put all, their thoughts, their pain, their blood, their tears, all in this record. And I think this is what you can hear when you listen from the very first to the very last track of the record.
Yeah, it's
It's
very
like a
nonstop. Yeah.
journey. We want everyone to hear this, to feel this emotional journey,
Of course. Of course. And
And I think they absolutely nailed it with the record, dude. And yeah, man.
no, of course. I definitely got that because like listening to like say the album in Ferris. There was
Yeah,
moments on that. There was definitely like more symphonic or like a blackened sort of thing happening here and there. But
yeah,
at its core, it was still like a slam project. While
yeah,
here, it definitely was. I'd say like quite a big shift and going definitely more melodic.
definitely.
I had definitely like thoughts of bands such as Emperor. I was thinking of them. Demo Burger as well.
That definitely, dude. Definitely. Emperor and Dimmu Borgir were like pretty much the favorite bands of Navel and Marvin, especially Emperor because of all the vibe, and Dimmu Borgir, of course, because of the orchestral things they add to the music.
Yeah.
So they both were major impact on the record, as well as, of course, Lorna Shore. We gotta mention that.
Yeah.
Immortal was our favorite deathcore record of, I think it was 2020, 19,
Yeah,
20.
yeah. Oh no, that Lorna Shore record, that was my deathcore album of the year, hands down.
Definitely.
No, because like definitely when I heard the first track you guys put out, I was like, wait, well, I feel like this sounds somewhat familiar. Where have I heard this before?
Yeah,
And then it just happens
yeah,
you got the same guy to mix it as well.
yeah, dude. Josh Schröder, he's an animal, dude. He killed it with the mix at the end. We were so happy with it because that's another big point we didn't even realize to think about while we were in the process of writing. Like, who the fuck is going to mix this shit?
Yeah,
Because
it's
now
very
we have
complicated. Yeah.
deathcore, we have slam, and we have black metal, and then there is all the orchestral parts
Mm-hmm.
involved in this record. And then we looked for some bands, and the point where we said, okay, Josh is the man, was when we checked a band named Gaeria. They are like a
Yeah.
new atmospheric black metal band. And we checked who mixed their record, and then we checked who mixed Lorna Shore's record, and it was both done by Josh Schröder. And we thought, okay, this is the man. He or no one else is going to do it.
Oh yeah, of
And we
course.
are so happy with it.
No, definitely. It definitely came out. It was very what is it like? Big. It sounds very grandiose as an album for sure.
Yeah,
And you can even see it like I think on your music video for A Hill to Die Upon. Really went hard into those black metal roots as well.
definitely.
How was it like having to perform with like just straight green screen everywhere, and you had to sort of pretend
Yeah.
you're in a mountain?
It was a very fun experience. We had this very big green screen studio set up, and it was a very fun day. Unfortunately, it was right in the middle of the pandemic, so we had like all these restrictions with the mask on, and we
Yeah,
only didn't wear masks when we were performing.
yeah,
All of that shit, of course, and but it was fun because at the end we had like a vision in our mind how everything is going to look like at the end.
yeah.
And our manager Chris, who is fortunately a music producer as well, so we got like the win-win situation with him,
Of
and
course.
he had like everything stuck in his mind already before.
Yeah,
But I could never imagine how much of an effort is going into a green screen studio. I basically thought for my own part, you record behind a green wall, green screen studio,
yeah.
whatever, and then you just put another background in it. Hell no,
No,
definitely not. And he did everything by himself. Normally, you have a couple of guys working with you, helping with you,
yeah,
because every picture, every single frame in this video was layered on itself. All the fire, all the flames, and the rains, and the snowflakes, and the storm. Everything was layered frame by frame. And I mean, the
wow.
song is nearly 7 minutes long,
Yeah, no,
so there are a lot of frames.
no, definitely. Like just visually looking at it, there's so much going on in that video, and the fact that everything that's going on is like having to be done in post. It's like I
Yeah.
struggle with basic like video editing sometimes. So to see something like that is like, oh my
Same.
god, that just sounds like
Yeah.
a nightmare of a weekend.
it was more like a nightmare of 1.5 months, to be
Yeah, that's
honest.
more. That seems more accurate. Yeah, definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. But
The video has like this edgy vibe to it, and I
yeah,
think this is exactly what we want it to be, because a green screen studio video kind of video always got to look a bit edgy. And some said, "Oh, dude, it looks so shit. The mountain doesn't look real." I mean, we don't give a fuck. This is exactly how we wanted it to be. So fuck
yeah.
off.
I saw it as like an homage to like an Immortal music video from like back in the day.
Hell yeah,
Yeah, and you
yeah,
got to be Abbott
definitely.
for a bit. Exactly. Exactly. But just to stick on the, I guess, the music videos, like, what was your favorite one to do if it was not the?
Yeah, I think Ultima, because Ultima was a very cool experience. The video was shot over 2 weeks in total,
Yeah.
not every day, but like every second, every third day. And we had like 4 to 5 different locations where we shot the video.
Yeah.
Um, all like the performance shots of the bands
Mm-hmm.
and me screaming at the actor were shot in the same location where we shot
Poor
King of
actor.
Fire.
Poor actor having to deal with that.
Yeah, yeah. And it was I think, god damn it, February. It was cold as hell, dude. We had like minus 6 degrees Celsius. I have no idea what this is in Fahrenheit, but
Yeah.
it was goddamn cold. You
God,
can
that.
at some point even see my breath, like the clouds coming out of my mouth.
But then I assume that would
And
really help with the aesthetic. A really cold,
yeah,
blackened aesthetic.
yeah. There was a fun thing about it. We said we needed to be like cold like this. And now we
Not
can feel it
literally.
even better. So that was a cool experience, and then especially the ending scene with the
Mm.
fire set up, and where we burned the daughter from his wife, and all of that was
Yeah.
very cool, because it felt like a very it kind of was a big production, but it felt like, like, don't want to say Hollywood production, but
I
it
mean, it
felt
definitely.
different for a music video. You know what I mean?
No, no, for sure. It's like I like the fact that not all bands are doing this, but I'm definitely noticing that some bands are putting that extra bit of effort again for like their music videos, because
Yeah,
I do remember a time where it was pretty much predominantly just band, dark room. We'll have one light over here. We'll call it a day,
yeah,
and just do some cool
yeah, yeah.
video editing afterwards. But no, it's really cool that you guys are actually putting that extra effort, and it really comes off really nicely.
Thanks a lot, dude. Yeah, I think for most of us in the band, we all think the same about music videos, and they are so important.
Yeah,
So,
of
so, so
course.
important. I mean, what you just mentioned, the classical black box light spot on top of every person, it
Yeah,
can work as well if there's like an upcoming band and you need to have a face. When I listen to music, I imagine how the vocalist, how everyone is going to look like, or
of course.
especially when you have a music video, I can rethink about the music video. And if you're an upcoming band and nobody knows you, so might be a perfect solution,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
everyone has like a face in mind while listening to your music. But when you have the capacities to do like a bigger production video, do it. It's absolutely worth it, man.
Oh yeah, no, like it definitely comes off a lot nicer, and of course, it gets people reacting more because, like, it's not just
Yeah,
it's not just an image. There's something more there, and
yeah.
like for me, because I've been slowly getting into filmmaking on the side as well, as I can start to really appreciate
Oh
like the
yeah.
amount of work put into like such a high level production.
Yeah. That's unfortunately one thing that mostly goes or is left unnoticed, like the production effort. Everybody's saying, "Oh yeah, Mental Cruelty got it new," or any band got a new amazing music video, but it's like the production team behind it who nailed it. It's not the band. The band is only providing the
Yeah,
guys doing the music, the video with music.
yeah,
So it was a very big effort for Chris and his team. They are called Aurora Motion Pictures. They're from Germany, from Karlsruhe, our hometown as well.
yeah.
And they absolutely nailed it with every video, dude. And there's still one more coming.
Oh, you have another one coming.
We have another one coming, yeah, man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just sing on. I guess continue. Was like, what about the King of Fire one? That one was interesting because you got full body painted for that one.
It was basically fake blood, yeah.
Yeah. It's been a fun day.
um, Dude, it's been a fun day, but the only thing was that there was no shower at the venue where we shot the video.
Oh no.
So basically, I need to check my Snapchat memories because I filmed myself. I had like this just black jacket over me and was like flooded in fake blood.
Oh no.
And I drove like 15 minutes to a friend of mine to
Yeah.
take a shower over there, and I was just hoping to not get pulled over by the police
Yeah.
because I think in the
I mean, it's
middle
not
of
the
the
best look
night,
to have.
I think that this would have turned out a bit worse for me.
It's just like, oh, it'd be nice to just be like, oh no, I'm just in a deathcore band. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Okay, then drive on.
Yeah, it's just every deathcore band these days. No, that's brilliant. That's brilliant. Okay, so I wonder, can you tease about the next music video? What song will it be?
Yeah, it will be the last song of the record
Nice, nice.
where we're going to. But I can tell you more about the music video. It's just I can tell that it's a visualizer. It's not like the whole band performing,
Mm-hmm.
but we still have another small surprise in the video. And yeah, man, I'm stoked. I haven't seen it because Chris is still editing and yeah, post production it. So
Mm.
I don't even know when it's going to come out. To be honest with you, I think it's in the next couple of weeks. But he has a lot to do. I mean, you might know the Swiss beatdown band Paleface as well.
Yes, yes.
Yes, so they're big friends of ours, and Chris is also their manager and their
Ah,
music
right.
producer as well. And
Wow.
they
Okay.
just put out Lights Out, their Lights Out music video.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it was really
And
dope. Yeah, yeah.
it was, by the way, the same location where we shot Ultima, Hypocrita, and
Nice.
King of Fire.
Dope, dope.
Yeah, so he got a lot of work to do at the moment, and
Oh
I'm
God, I can
sure the Left
imagine.
Hand Path music video will release in the next couple of weeks, but I'll definitely keep you updated on that, man.
That'd be great. That'd be great. I'll probably do a reaction for it as well because I
Hell
think
yeah.
when it comes to like the album itself, I definitely thought I think it was Left Hand Path. I think it was called
Yeah.
that was a favorite of mine for sure.
Yeah, it is my favorite as well because it just sums up the whole record in its best possible way, you know,
Oh yeah,
with that
definitely.
acoustic introduction, and we have everything with the black, and we have the orchestra, we have the breakdowns. Dude. It's a very cool song, and I think its song goes like for 8 minutes or something.
Yeah, it didn't feel like 8 minutes.
No, it
And
doesn't.
yeah, and especially one thing I really liked on that track was I think your vocal layering. I don't know if it was just you, but it was like that sort of. You had your sort of screams, your high pitched screams, but there was this like hint of like a clean
Mhm.
thing happening underneath.
Yeah, the clean vocals, they're also happening in Abaddon and Ultima Hypocrita in those Satanas parts.
Yeah.
All the clean vocals are from Navel.
Mm.
He's such a talented musician in total, and he has amazing clean vocals. So we just thought it fits this record so good, and we'll keep on continuing with these kind of vocals on the next record as well.
No, I
So I'm pretty
appreciate that.
stoked for that.
It's really
Yeah,
nice. It's very dynamic and yeah, it's different, and I like
yeah,
that. I guess going
yeah.
on.
Thank you.
I guess like I also want to talk about like was there sort of a conceptual idea behind this album or yeah, like was there like a big
Yeah,
picture like story behind it? Like when it comes to the writing process, but specifically like say the lyrics behind it.
so the fun thing about this question, it's a very good question actually.
Mm.
It turned out to be a total conceptual album, you know, but it
Yeah.
was never the plan.
Mm.
It's kind of, as I just said, evolved because we wrote this record and recorded it, of course, over 8 to 9 months in total. And when you start, especially in the times of the COVID-19 pandemic, you know, we started in March and ended in November 2020.
Yeah.
There happened so many things in all our lives, in public life, private life.
Yeah.
Everything is just locked up. So at the end, it turned out to be a total concept record.
Yeah.
But to be honest, lyric wise, there was not like a red line throughout the whole record. It was more like all the lyrics I wrote before we even started. Because when I write lyrics,
Mm.
it's basically me sitting at home when I can't sleep and I'm listening to music, and then I just catch some words I can barely
Yeah.
understand, and then my brain is starting and
Of
and
course.
writing everything down.
And
Yeah, and Marvin and Navel wrote also. I think Marvin wrote the lyrics for King of Fire.
yeah.
So yeah, lyric wise, it just turned out to be even more dark than everything we did before. We have some more metaphorical things going on comparing like things happening in the nature to things happen in society, especially like religious things, blasphemy things,
Yeah,
all
yeah,
of that.
of course, of course. Actually, the whole thing about nature, that's a good segue because I wanted to talk about, because you guys kind of revamped your logo, your sort of whole aesthetic to the
Yeah,
band as well for this album. Really dig
yeah,
the new logo. I like the
yeah,
fact it's got the whole, I know on the top part, like the whole nature sort of aesthetic.
yeah.
So was that a conscious
Well,
decision going into this album as well?
yeah, definitely. The thing was, when you listen to our latest last records, we had Periat Mundus, Purgatorium, and Inferis with the old logo, and they had all like the Latin words,
Yeah.
Latin titles. And we fought for this record because we broke so many things that we did before. And we said, okay, this is a new era of mental cruelty. We make a cut right here after in Paris, and now this is going to be like the Black End era is going. Ours is going to be our new direction. And we thought, especially for that, we need a new logo.
Yeah.
And we really had a couple of different logos and ideas, and at the end, this one was the one that turned out the best for us, especially in combination with the new album artwork.
Yeah, it really
It
fits
was
well
done
with it.
by Yeah, man, it was done by Adam Purke, aka Nightjar Illustration on Instagram,
Yeah.
and it's a real. I've read messages and comments saying that it was not hand painted, but it's bullshit. It was hand painted. We even got like, I think it's like this big.
Yeah.
It's hand painted on on a sheet of wood, and it looks fucking
Ah.
amazing, dude. It looks so amazing, and we bought it and let it ship over here to Germany. And yeah, all the nature thing. The origin from that was that Marvin and Navel went to Norway actually for 1.5 weeks
Yeah.
to record and write songs for this record. This is actually where the name Fossenbrate from this acoustic instrumental interlude came from, because they had
Ah,
like
yeah.
this wood cabin in the middle of nowhere in the woods around Bergen, the
Yeah.
Norway city and Norwegian city, and there was this waterfall, and this waterfall was called Fossenbrate. And
Mm.
so that's why the interlude starts with like, water floating and
Yeah.
like sounds from the nature and the owl and the birds and so on.
That's
And
great.
it just fits so perfect, and speaking about the album artwork, this interlude, the whole vibe of the record, and especially with the new revamped logo. And yeah, I loved the old logo, but I think this was really the point. We need to get something new done.
Yeah, like I guess my opinion on the old logo was like I thought it was a really cool logo, but for this one, this new one here, it feels a bit more, I don't know, I guess a bit more inviting, okay, as I can say.
Yeah,
Yeah, because like the old one's like that's definitely like straight up satanic deathcore. We don't care if you like it.
yeah,
And then here it's like,
yeah,
but here it's like really nice. I like the combination of nature. It's gothic. It's got that very gothic element to it, but it's sort of
yeah.
interweaving with that whole natural concept to it as well.
I'm happy that it works out so brilliant at the end, man. Because was, as I just said, there were so many new things for us that we need to think about and need to care about, and it turned out so good at the end. So I'm
No,
very proud
definitely.
of this record.
And I'm assuming, do you plan to sort of like settle down on this sort of a sound, or do you still see yourself as a band maybe developing more?
Um, it's a cool question. I always say that you kill your creativity on your being as an artist when you don't evolve, because as a
Mm.
musician or an entertainer, because I don't call myself a musician, I'm more like an entertainer. I have no idea about musical theory or shit
Right,
like that.
right, right.
I'm just screaming and entertaining everyone
Yeah,
else,
yeah,
and I love that. I love it. But in general, as an artist, you need to evolve. We could never release like the same couple of records time after time, like many, for example, slam or death metal bands doing it. I mean,
yeah,
if you take Cannibal Corpse for an example,
yeah.
this is what if you hear that Cannibal Corpse released a new record, you exactly know how this is going to sound like,
Oh yeah,
and
for
you
sure, for
want it
sure.
to sound it like that. You don't want him to start up with some black metal elements
Yeah,
or orchestral things. You know, you want them to be like they have been in the last couple of 30 years or something. But for us, we always try to evolve. As you just mentioned at the very start of the interview, progress from Period Mundus over Purgatorium to Inferus
Yeah.
to A Hill to Die Upon and to my anything what might be our new direction or
Yeah.
new genre. There will definitely be a progress, but what I can tell, because we already started writing the new record.
Oh,
Um,
already. Wow.
the, yeah, definitely, dude.
No wasting time.
No, absolutely not. I think the change won't be that big, like in Paris to A Hill to Die Upon, and this new kind of black and symphonic thing is definitely what we are going to stick by.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna let go of some of the deathcore elements because we just want to deathcore. You know, deathcore. It's a great genre. We have great bands in it, but I think it's oversaturated. You know, there are just too many bands, too many genres. I think,
Yeah, of
and
course.
as much as I love performing deathcore live and listen to deathcore, um, I mean, I don't want to keep continuing with that. So maybe we have some more deathcore elements, breakdowns or whatever in the new
Yeah.
record, but I think most of the record is going to be more like the black metal kind of
Of
era.
course. No, for sure. I think deathcore, at least in the past couple of years, has undergone some kind of what is it, change. And
Yeah,
I think it's a necessary change. I think it happens to pretty much every like genre at some point where it's like you got to evolve. Otherwise, like it just becomes very I don't know, samey by the end of it. When I think of like really good
yeah,
examples of bands who've like transformed and still made it work is like Shadow of Intent. I think is a great example.
definitely.
Whitechapel
Yeah,
as well. Like they somehow pulled off the clean singing in a deathcore project. It somehow worked.
yeah, and it worked. And it worked.
And now Phil's
Yeah,
the one of the greatest deathcore vocalists of all time.
definitely. That's 100% sure.
Like, what was your like favorite like track to work on like throughout the record, or like the highlights of it, the album?
No, very hard question. Oh goddamn! I can remember when we record the final vocals. It was October last year,
Yeah,
and you know I never get ill in any kind of way, but I knew that in this very week, and we had like a deadline, and I had so much time pressure,
yeah.
and I got like sick like for 2 days in this special period, and
Oh
I just got
no.
a cold. You know, I
Yeah,
lost my voice for 2 days, and it's like the worst thing that can happen to you.
exactly, exactly.
So I think the last song we recorded on vocals was actually the Left Hand Path, like the last song on the record, and
Yeah.
I still can remember like when I I was finished with the last line. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you record something, then I recorded it with Fabo, our sound engineer, and yeah, sound guy,
Yeah.
and Nave, our songwriter. And you know, when I'm not tired, I gotta redo it, and you sing like your lines like 20 to 30 times.
Of course. Yeah. Yeah,
Especially it depends on how often you layer them or how you want them. And at the end, you say, "No, don't do the like the highs. Let's do some more lows, the opposite way."
yeah.
And I was done. My voice was absolutely done, and I put my headphones down and was like, "Guys, are we finished yet?" And I can remember when Navel was like, I stood behind Navel and he was like listening to it with his earphones on and
Yeah.
said, "Yeah, that's it, we finished." And this was
Oh,
the
that
moment
must be a
where,
very like
I,
oh.
yeah, definitely, it was like the biggest relief of my life.
Of course, of course. Like, oh yeah, I feel like recording vocals over like months or like even weeks.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
there must be like a lot of prep you got to do for your voice, like before going into like the recording setting.
yeah, definitely. We even did some basic clean vocal singing tutorials from a professional vocalist, and it worked so good. Like, I think I got to learn clean vocals as well.
Like, I mean, if that's where deathcore is going, it could be a good option.
Yeah. What information do you need, or just anything we said in the interview?
Yeah, yeah, perfect. That'd be great. I guess like some more information. It's like I wanted to know how did you guys start as a band? Like, where did this all start
Oh,
from?
damn. I had my first band in 2013,
Yeah.
and it was also named Mental Cruelty, but it has nothing to do with the band now. And we played only 4 to 5 local shows here in Karlsruhe, in our hometown. At the
Yeah.
very last show of it, Marvin attended the show, and Marvin was more like the deathcore, down tempo,
Yeah.
guy. And he normally doesn't go to beatdown shows, and that's where I think that was like luck,
Mm.
for me that he attended the show. And after the show, he came to me and said, "Dude, your vocals are fucking insane, and I've just heard you are looking for a new drummer. So here's my friend. He's a drummer, but if he joins the band, I want to join you as well." And
Like a
this
two
is
for one.
basically
Yeah.
where it's yeah, exactly 2 for 1, and that's where it started. And then in 2016, just before we tracked Periat Mundus, our very first EP,
Yeah.
we kicked out all of the other band members because it's like we felt that there's something bigger behind it,
Yeah.
and all the other guys they're not like mad at us. It was just like they were happy that they had a band and all of that, but they don't have the drive that we had back in the days.
Of
So
course.
Marvin and I re-founded the band kind of way.
Yeah.
Then Victor, our bassist, joined the band in 2016 as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, but I think 2020 was one of the biggest years for us because, as I just said, Danny and Navel joined. And now the band is at its highest peak performance, I'd say.
No, for sure. For sure.
And I couldn't be more happy about it. I mean, big things are coming for us, and I just can't wait to play shows again, man.
No, I can imagine, like, especially for a frontman, like, to get that feedback when you're performing on
Yeah,
stage.
not just the feedback, but um, I mean, you understand me, you listen to the genre, but for other people who don't have any idea about deathcore or
Yeah.
never heard about it, they don't get it. But the thing is that you can really help people with that music.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the biggest joy of my life to have like fans, followers, or whatever listeners coming to me and say, "Dude, I just drove like fucking 10 hours or something to see you
Wow.
perform, and
Yeah.
you're like my favorite band, and I've just got your logo tattooed on my leg or whatever." I mean, this feels kind of unreal for
Oh yeah,
me.
that must be an insane sensation when someone just pulls up and is like, "Here's like a full tattoo, like dedicated to you
Yeah,
guys."
it always feels so fucking insane. I always have the feeling that I can't give them back enough what they deserve. So I always try my best. But I think the most important thing for me in this music is like speaking to the fans, getting in contact with them,
Yeah.
making friendships through all over the world. And I think that's the most important thing for me.
No,
Yeah,
I,
man.
I, I get you because what was it before the pandemic? I was mainly predominantly doing live sound engineering and mixing
Hmm.
as well, and like I made so many like contacts and friends just through gigs.
Yeah,
That was my main
yeah,
point of like
definitely.
socializing. And then like and then like having the pandemic, and you're just like, well, I guess I'm not talking to anyone for a while. Oh yeah, I've also noticed like I was doing some like research into you in particular, and I noticed like you've got a graphics thing going on as well on the side.
Yeah, like my photography page. I'm doing photography for nearly 10 years now, I think.
Oh yeah.
And I specialized in cars because I'm very bad photographer in like, terms of portraits of people or anything.
Yeah.
So I focused myself on taking pictures of landscapes or cars. This is
Nice.
what I really love. That's my third hobby, like after music, sports, photography. It's what I love, dude.
What
Yeah,
gear are
man.
you running? Because I'm just curious because I love the whole photography and stuff as well.
I for oh dude, I bought my second camera was a Canon 7D Mark II back
Nice.
in 2014. It was 1,600 euros or something.
Oh
It was like
damn.
all the money I it was all the money I had back in the day, and just
He was like, this
ordered it.
better pay
Uh,
off.
yeah, yeah, exactly. And then I had the Sigma Art Series 18 to 35 millimeter, which is the best ever lens to use when
Mm,
you do that kind of photography. I mean,
yeah.
it's cool for everything with an aperture with a constant aperture of 1.8. It's amazing.
Ooh, that's
And
good.
now,
That's
yeah, definitely, especially for like low light situation, which I
yeah.
prefer. And now last year in November, I got myself a Sony Alpha Mark III
Mm.
because they were on sale here in Germany, and got 50 millimeter stock lens. And I've just bought a 20 millimeter f1.4
Yeah.
from the Sigma Art series as well, because I'm a big Sigma fan.
Yeah.
And Sigma is they are so the pictures you take with a Sigma lens, they're so goddamn sharp. You can't imagine.
Yeah.
Especially, as I said, for landscape, 20 millimeter 1.4. I do a lot of star trails in the night, capturing all the stars and shit, and
Yeah.
Milky Way. Yeah, man. So that's my gear.
No, that's dope. No, because I've been what is it? Because I'm just running a Canon M50 at the moment with
Yeah,
a
that
f
works
two
cool, man.
point oh lens at the moment, and it's like I'm always fascinated with just like all the intricacy, like getting into like getting a good shot, because like mainly
Yeah,
I'm doing it for filmmaking, but then trying to take a photograph. It can be very frustrating because like setting the white balance, setting the aperture, the shutter speed,
yeah,
and just hoping that it turned out well.
exactly.
But
Yeah, I mean that's why photography is called art, dude. It's not something anyone can do. It's something you got to learn. You got
no,
to
yeah,
express yourself through photography. So
no,
yeah, man.
it's like getting the correct shot and also like framing everything. And of course, gotta ask, you're a pretty hench guy, so it's like,
Yeah.
are you professionally like doing like the whole
No,
fitness thing?
no, not at all, dude. I way too fat for professional. But I was a swimmer for nearly 8 years, and
Wow,
I'm 2 meters tall. I think it is like 6'7" or something, six foot
wow,
six, 6'7", something around that. And then I stopped doing when I stopped swimming. I had nothing to do, and then I started to work out in 2016. And I just found when you're passionate, because it's you
yeah,
work for something and you see the results. You literally
yeah,
physically can see them, you can feel them, and yeah, that's just my thing at the moment. I think I go to the gym like every day. They just
wow,
reopened on Saturday, like 2 days, 3 days ago,
yeah.
and now I'm so happy, dude. My whole body is just 100% pain. I can't feel anything more than pain because I was in the gym like 3 times now.
Wow. No, I get the feelings like it was such a big relief because in the UK they opened up like a couple of months ago, and
Okay, cool.
it's like I don't know about you, but it's like as much as I love the gym for the whole sort of physical aspect of it, for me as
Yeah,
well it's the mental aspect. I love the gym as well.
100%, dude. That goes like hand in hand, the physical and the mental things, because when you work out, dude, you put so much, not only physically but also mentally, effort into this. It's work, and when you come out, you just feel better because you've done something for your body, which also, as I said, goes hand in hand with your head. And you just realize that you can now focus on other things. Especially focusing is works so much better. It doesn't matter in
Yeah.
what kind of ways. If you want to learn something or study for university, whatever, dude. If you've done 1 or 2 hours of working out before, dude, couldn't go better.
No, definitely. It's just like I always tell my friends like you can't really be thinking about other stuff if you're like doing the bench. Like that you're kind of
Yeah,
screwed if you do that. And
yeah,
just the whole feeling is like that dopamine rush, that sort of adrenaline you get afterwards. Because I remember during lockdown, it sucked. You just like depressed almost, not being able to like work out all that anger and like stress.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah. It's a great relief for everything, dude.
You tour with
Oh yeah,
yeah, really big tour. Really looking forward to
yeah,
that.
man. I can't wait for it. The tour will take place in April.
Yeah,
April to the first week of May. I think the tour is going to start at 12th of April and end at the 7th of May at the moment.
yeah,
I hope this won't change anymore. And we have Crown Magneta from the States, Pale Face from Switzerland, and Distant from Holland, from the Netherlands.
yeah,
And it couldn't turn out better, because when I first met Distant and when I first met Pale Face, we all the three bands said, like, we got a tour together, and if this is going to take place, we can die afterwards happily because
yeah.
then we've done and seen everything,
I
and
know,
it's
I
so
know.
cool
I was
because we're such good friends. Yeah,
no for sure. Like I'm looking forward. I was so happy to see some UK dates. And I was like,
Yeah,
yes,
definitely.
I'm definitely going to be there for those because I can't wait to see Distant in person for once, and and also you
Yeah,
guys as well, like for the headlining show.
yeah, man. Distant, I can tell you that is one of the heaviest bands you will ever see live.
Mm,
I'm a big Black Tongue fan. You know, Black Tongue is probably my
yeah,
favorite all-time band, and Distant is getting very, very dangerously close to them.
no,
And Paleface, of course.
yeah. Was like I went
They,
to
they,
one Black Tongue gig and I was terrified. I was actually terrified because it was like in a
yeah,
small room as well, and like let's say like a track like Coma or Eclipse comes on, and then it's like you have to make that.
Coma is my fucking favorite song.
Yeah, it's like you have to make that split decision. It's like do I want to die or do I just want to sit this one out? Like
You wanna die.
exactly. I chose death, and I somehow made it out of there
Yeah,
bruised and scarred.
dude, it's amazing. I had like one of my biggest all life goals was actually to perform with Black Tongue.
Yeah,
And then in 2018, we played Falling Abroad in Manchester, which is always one of the best shows and festivals we played.
yeah.
And Black Tongue played, and I had the opportunity to hop on stage and performing the guest part on Coma. And Coma
Oh,
was
dope.
actually the song that got me into like the whole vocalist thing, you know.
Yeah,
After hearing Coma for a couple of times, I said, okay, I want to do that as well. And so
nice.
I can remember it was Distant played as well, and Payfay was there as well. But Payfay
Yeah.
was there privately, I think. And I can remember when I got off stage, I straight went to Alan from Distant, and I had tears in my eyes. Don't need to lie about that. I was because it was one of the biggest life goals, and for me to ever reach, and I
Of
just
course. Of
reached
course.
that life goal. Yeah, man, it
Yeah.
was amazing. It was such an amazing experience for me. And because you said you're happy to see some UK dates, that was actually a very tight decision because
Yeah.
Brexit is fucking up nearly everything in
Oh
the music
god, yeah.
industry for you guys.
Oh god, yeah. It's
Um,
literally like me and my friend who does live sound as well. We complain about it so much
mhm.
because it's like okay, like lockdown ruined live gigs pretty much and the whole
Yeah,
industry for music. And then the Brexit thing like doubled down on it and ruined it some more, which it
yeah,
was like
dude.
it was the
Yeah,
biggest like shock ever because like they were talking about it's like, oh, we're gonna be taxing like bands coming into the UK. We're gonna have to like if bands want to come here they
yeah.
have to get a visa now. So I
We
was
had we had a tour planned without UK dates. Firstly, we planned with UK. Then there was another change in the Brexit decision, and we said, okay, we don't gotta. We go. As you just said, they wanted to tax bands for some weeks ago, and this makes everything so much harder, dude. You gotta
yeah,
get a visa, like you enter the fucking states.
I know it, and
Um,
especially like up
it's
and coming
horrible.
bands that doesn't work.
Yeah, it doesn't work. No. And thing is that I think we have another day off after the day we were going on the ferry and drive over to the UK because there are no experience so far about any bands and we have no idea how long it can take. When we toured with Rings in 2019,
Yeah,
the bus just drove on the ferry and we entered the UK and that's it.
yeah,
Um, and I think the times have changed, and I think all the booking agents and all the guys working in the industry says, guys, please take one day off just in case,
yeah.
because it's if they want to, they can just let you hang there around for a day or two, and it fucks up, man.
No, no, for sure. Like, because it's like these brash decision making. It's just like at the flip of a coin. It's like actually no, we don't want them. Or actually no, fine, they can come in. Oof. It's
Yeah,
it's making it impossible to plan anything because the whole situation is like absolutely ruined. So I
yeah,
was really
man.
surprised to see that you're actually going to be able to make it for the UK.
I hope that we can make it to the UK, but I think it's a safe decision now.
Yeah,
I hope it just won't change anymore, dude. I am losing all my nerves slowly when we have more information about COVID or Brexit.
yeah.
It's just annoying, dude. It's just annoying.
I mean, I assume COVID at this point will be sorted out. Like, I don't know what's the situation in like Germany at the moment. Like, it feels like under control.
It now feels like they have it under control. Some people say there's a fourth wave coming at us in autumn again,
Yeah.
but I don't think so, to be honest. And I really don't want to think about it anymore because it's just negativity, and I don't want any more negativity in my life.
Of
I'm just
course.
happy that bars, restaurants, and gyms, of course,
Yeah, of course.
reopened again. Or basically, all the social life is slowly coming back together. And the next big thing, of course, are concerts and shows here and
Yeah, yeah.
festivals in Germany.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Dude, to be honest, I don't really care about wearing the mask. It's cool. I don't care about it, but all the festivals are now pushed over to 2022,
Yeah.
and I'm actually not sure if like the big festivals like Wacken Summer Breeze, where 50 to 80,000 people attend, they
Yeah.
can take place next year. I really hope so,
Oh yeah,
but
definitely.
I'm not sure.
No, for sure, for sure. Like, let's just hope. Let's just hope because I'd love to see you guys like live. Like,
Yeah, man.
because like it'd be so fun to interact with you guys, actually see you in person.
Yeah, man. I can't wait to tour, dude. I can't wait. And before we play Birmingham, you need to hit me up. Then I put you and a friend definitely on the guest list if you want to.
Oh, bro, that'd be amazing. That'd be amazing. Yeah,
Dude, of course, dude, of course.
yeah. No, yeah. Oh man, that'd be so sweet. Because like, I was talking to like Alan as well, and he's like, yeah, yeah, gotta meet up. Like, have a few beers. I'll get you a drink when you show up.
That's cool. That's cool. We do that, bro.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure. And like, how, I forgot. It's like, is Birmingham like one of your middle dates in the UK or one of your first dates?
Dude, I have actually no idea. I think we
No
start off
worries.
in, I think we start off in London, then Birmingham,
Ah, okay, cool.
and then we move on. We move on to Scotland. Yeah, I think Birmingham must be one of the first UK dates.
Mm,
Yeah.
dope, dope. No, but I'm looking forward to it. Looking forward to seeing Paleface live as well, because
Yeah. Even.
yeah, they are fucking sick. I guess all I can say now is like again a huge honor for you to have a chat with.
Hey, no worries, dude. No worries, dude. It was a pleasure for me talking to you, man.
Yeah, and all I can say is like yeah, do you want to shout out anything? Do you want to shout out anything?
Yeah, big shout out, of course, to anyone who's involved in the new Mental Cruelty record. I've just seen that I have this amazing lanyard, the
Oh,
Hilton
dope,
Diaphone lanyard.
dope.
Yeah, big shout out to everyone who's involved in the record. Big shout out to Chris, our manager, and his wife, who's doing amazing merch fulfillment for us.
Yeah.
Big shout out to you for taking the time, buddy. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, man, I hope we all stay safe and see each other soon in real life, man, and can have some beers together.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Anyway, yeah. Thank you for taking the time, man. Yeah, I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thanks, man. You too, buddy.